Welcome back to A Misogyny. I'm your host, Hannah Blue. This is episode 5, Addressing the Crabs in the Barrel, How to Navigate Around Secretly Jealous People. I think all people want to love and genuinely be loved. Even if you're an introvert, most people want to feel connections and a sense of belonging. A classic line from America's Next Top Model was Tyra telling a contestant, "We were all rooting for you." You have people in your life who genuinely root for you and want you to succeed in life. You also have people who don't. Today's episode will teach you how to recognize who is against you and what to do about it. Honestly, there's nothing you can do to physically change people's minds about you. Once someone decides you are not worthy to be successful, you cannot change their minds. There is nothing you can do to raise yourself in their eyes, nor should you try. How people feel about you is none of your business. And as long as they don't make it your business, let it go. No matter what happens, these people will never support you. And some of them are so arrogant, they really believe if they don't support you, then you'll fail. And that's not true. Your support mostly comes from people who don't even know you, never met you, or people who spent a season with you in your lifetime. They are your biggest supporters. And they'll always be around, so don't worry about that. Some folks are just crabs in a barrel. Now, what does that mean? It means people who share common things with you. It could be your location, age, race, etc. People who feel you're on the same level with them or lower in their eyes. They may be trying to be successful, or they could be sitting at home doing nothing. The point is, you're reaching for something better in life, a better career, advanced education, starting a business, buying a home, whatever you deem success to be. If a bunch of crabs are in a barrel or a pot, as I like to look at it, one is going to try to get out. It sees the light in the distance, and the last place it wants to be is a very dark pot. It makes them unhappy. The little crab wants more, so it reaches up and out and tries to get out of the pot. But the other crabs will reach out and try to pull the crab that's trying to get out back down into the pot. And in your life, whether you recognize it or not, there are people in your life who are in the same pot as you. You may look and act similar. You may have started out in the same ocean or neighborhood. And when they look up and see you trying to do better, oh no, they don't like that. So they reach up and try to grab you to stop you from reaching your destiny. Now, what does this look like in real life? Let's say you want to go back to school. You're going for a couple of months and then your car breaks down. You can't get anyone to take you to school, not your parents, other family, or your friends. They're not too busy to do everything else they want to do in life, but they're too busy to assist you to succeed. Now, some could argue it's not their responsibility to take you to school, it's yours. And that may be true. But here's my take. Why does it have to be based on responsibility? Why can't they take you because they see how hard you're working to get out of your situation? Second, you'll probably get a better job and make more money. And then you'll be in a position to return the favor and help them someday. Why wouldn't they want to do that for you? Because they don't want you to get ahead of them. Period. Starting a business. This is something I know all too well. Once I started my business, people around me started falling off like scales on a fish. I've had the petty little remarks. One tried to act like my business was my sister's when she knew it wasn't. She was being shady. In my face. I've had the ingenuine questions. Oh, how's it going? Not because they cared. Just to see if I'd say, oh, it's going terrible. I'm failing. I'm going to have to give it up. That's something you will never hear from me. I could be down on my face like King David was after he lost his baby with Bathsheba. My enemies will never know it. I don't keep fake people around me. Either you are for me or you're against me. And with me, there is no in between. I cut people off on a dime. And once I cut you off, we have nothing to talk about. Ever. I never look back. Don't drive yourself crazy trying to figure out who wants to see you go down. Trust me, what's done in the dark comes to light. There are secret conversations going on about you right now, led by people you wouldn't even think of. You don't have to hear what's being said about you. Trust me, it all comes out in the wash. You won't have to look for these people. They'll out themselves. Yes, it's hurtful to recognize there are people around you who are literally waiting to see you fail. That can hurt your feelings. I've had mine hurt because I am such a good friend and family member. I am supportive to the people I love and care about. There's not many in my life, but I'm a soldier for those I love, and when I don't get that back, it hurts. But the key is recognize it and move on. Don't let it fester. Don't let it mess you up. Clearing your mind is always helpful. Focus on what's good and positive in your life and keep moving forward. You don't need these people to do anything for you. You don't need them to take you to school. You'll find a way. You don't need them to support your business. God will send people to you you don't even know to support you. Let me tell you something. My customers come from places I never expect. I know I have a good business because I invested a lot of time and money into it to make sure it's excellent. I put my heart into it, down to the colors of my brand, and I'm proud of it. And I am not going to let the opinions and wishes and hopes of people who do not want the best for me to stop me. If you're in a similar situation, doesn't matter how you've decided to better your life, you must also decide no one is going to stop you from reaching your potential. These people, these undercover haters, they don't pay your bills. The roof over your head, you pay for it. The car you drive, you pay the note and pay for the gas in it. The food on your table, you buy your groceries when you need to. You have everything you need to take care of yourself. You'll never be thrown to the wolves. God has you, and He'll never fail you. These people are not feeding you, not mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You don't need them to walk with you on your journeys. As I said before, haters will out themselves. And here's how they do it. When they talk to you, listen. Listen to how they speak to you. Are they happy to speak with you or not? Do they ask intrusive questions that aren't their business? This is called fishing. People will fish for information to see how you're doing, specifically to see if you're doing better than them. Oh, you'll know. Even if the words they say are positive, the tone of their voices will give away their true intentions every time. Watch them. Watch how they respond when they know you've made a life change. You could decide to go back to school, start a business, fall in love, and get married. These are all positive things. If they're not supportive of new ventures for you, don't say anything. Just make a note of it and place them in what I call categories. I have a very low tolerance for people. I don't sit and entertain what I feel is nonsense. The categories I place people in: 1, I cut them off. No contact. I don't send texts or emails. There are people who have shown me they are blatantly toxic and don't wish me well. 2, I feed them with a long-handled spoon. Now, what do I mean by that? There are people who I know don't mean well for me, but they're sneaky. They're the great pretenders, I call them. They pretend to care how my life is going, but they really don't. And as long as I stay in my place, that is, if I don't get any more successful than they are, they're fine with that. So there's no need to show me how they really feel. Feeding with a long-handled spoon means I don't make an effort to reach out to them unless I hear from them. And that's just the way it goes. I only need to see one time you aren't for me. I never forget it. And there's a reason for that. When I was young, my grandma would tell me, An enemy can't get to you the way a friend can. And she was right. Only people you trust and allow into your space can get close enough to hurt you. It could be gossip, words said to damage your reputation and encourage others not to support you. Let me tell you something. If people genuinely want to support you, there's nothing anyone can say to stop them. Never give people that much power over your future. It could also be severe, as in setting you up to be physically hurt or even taking your life. A story we don't hear about much anymore is the Shanquella Robinson case. Her story made national news and then just disappeared. Shanquella Robinson went to Mexico to celebrate a friend's birthday with a group of friends. She ended up dead. She was a college graduate, a business owner, good friend, good daughter, good sister. And her friends killed her because they were jealous of her, beat her to death, took her life for nothing. Making a decision that will better your life is difficult. And a lot of people never do anything outside of their comfort zone because of fear. Fear can stop anyone from doing anything. It is the biggest detractor we have in our lives. You tell yourself, well, who am I to do this? I wasn't that smart in school, so I'm only going to waste my time trying to go back and get a GED or go back to college. And at this age? Or, I don't know the first thing about running a business. What if I fail? This way of thinking paralyzes people into not chasing their dreams. Some people already have a hard time getting out of bed due to other things they have going on. They can suffer from anxiety or depression. You want to know how hard it is to get out of bed sometimes? Experience a life change. Be taken out of your comfort zone. You'll have to find reasons to get up, and when you do, you don't need secret, jealous haters fishing for information on you to bring you down. Those are the worst people you could ever have in your life. Friendship isn't sometimes. If you can only count on people sometimes, how is that beneficial to you? If they're only your friend when you're struggling and they're on top, are they really your friends? You can't have a relationship with anyone you don't trust. And if there are people in your life who you don't trust, you may have good reason. Don't ignore your gut. Don't ignore what you see and hear. Shanquella had to have ignored the haters in her circle. She had to have sensed something was wrong at some point. And in the end, they snuffed her out like a cigarette. We all have built-in mechanisms that keep us safe. Intuition, past experiences, things or people in our past who hurt us badly, and we learned from it. Pain is an excellent teacher. We also have God. God will show you who is for you and who is against you every time. He sees and hears what we don't. And if he shows you someone isn't for you, believe him. Trust him. There's a reason he's giving you that sign. So we just have to listen and watch. Keep your distance. Feed them with a long-handled spoon and don't hang around them, in person or on social media. If they speak, you speak. Keep it cordial and keep it moving. They want to take you somewhere? Nuh-uh. I'm busy. I've got something to do. One of the lessons I had to learn the hard way was to stop cheering for those who weren't cheering for me. I've never been a jealous person, never tried to backstab anybody. I am the biggest supporter of people, and I genuinely want to see people do well. But the positive energy I was given, I wasn't receiving. And I decided that wasn't fair to me. So when I see their accomplishments, I applaud them, but I don't say a word. Not to be petty, but why invest energy into their gardens when they refuse to drop a seed in mine? Clap for them quietly. Applause is applause, whether one hears it or not. But keep going. Don't stop, because the seeds you're planting will grow. People can spit in your garden if they please, but remember, water is water. And when you make it, don't announce it. Keep your business to yourself, because then you're going to have to deal with the handouts. Remember when? Remember when I did this for you? Oh, you forgot about us? Once you make it big, people you haven't heard from in years will come out the woodworks like termites. You know where you're going. Look at your future as a painting. Right now, it's a blank canvas. You choose the colors you want to see. You may even paint a few strokes, or even the whole portrait. Even if you complete the portrait by hand, it doesn't mean it's finished. Life will add color, shapes, and backgrounds to your painting. But in the end, your work will be priceless, and it will be yours. So forget your haters. And I'm out of time. I hope today's episode was able to help you. And if it did, please share it with a friend. Remember to be easy, take care of yourself, and God